What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today is Spin Master Monster Jam Collection Sunday. So, we'll go ahead and start with Gears Blue Thunder. Now this thing. Golden chassis and wheels with white roll cage tires. Golden beacon to printing with Gear Monster treads. Moving on to Ice Grave Digger. Now this thing. Blue chassis and wheels with white roll cage and beacon to printing with clear blue tires with Ice Monster treads. Moving on to Zombie Megalodon. Now this thing. Black chassis with red roll cage, green wheels, black beacon to printing with zombie glitter treads. Moving on to Galaxy's Monster Mud Dalmatian. Now this thing. Cyan chassis, beacon to printing and bead locks with black roll cage and wheels with Galaxy glitter treads. Moving on to Fire Son of a Digger. Now this thing. Orange chassis wheels and beacon to printing with yellow roll cage with orange tires with Fire Monster treads. Moving on to Hunter Max D. Now this thing. Gray chassis with brown roll cage, mahogany wheels, and chrome beacon to printing with Hunter glitter treads. Moving on to Gear Zombie. Everything looks the same as Blue Thunder. Moving on to Ice Dragon. Everything looks the same as Grave Digger. Moving on to Zombie El Toro Loco. Now this thing. Black chassis with yellow roll cage, red wheels, black beacon to printing with zombie glitter treads. Moving on to Galaxy's Bakugan Dragonoid. Everything looks the same as a Dalmatian. Moving on to Fire Grey Clips Mohawk Warrior. Everything looks the same as Son of a Digger. Moving on to Hunter Earthshaker. Now this thing. Gray chassis with black roll cage, mahogany wheels, chrome beacon to printing with Hunter glitter treads. Moving on to the Neo Galaxy Grave Digger. Now this thing. White chassis with purple roll cage, pink wheels, Teal tires with white Pikachu printing. Moving on to the Nitro Gravedigger. Now this thing. Pink chassis with black roll Cajun tires with purple Pikachu printing and bead locks with teal wheels. Moving on to Pikachu Customs Gravedigger. Now this thing. Silver chassis wheels with green roll Cajun bead locks, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs Gravedigger Orange. Now this thing. Silver chassis with orange roll Cajun wheels, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs Gravedigger Red. Now this thing. Silver chassis with red roll Cajun wheels, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs Gravedigger Purple. Now this thing. Black chassis with purple roll cage with blue wheels, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs Gravedigger the Legend. Now this thing. Black chassis with yellow roll cage with silver wheels, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs Son of a Digger. Now this thing. Silver chassis wheels with blue roll cage and purple bead locks, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs, the 30th Anniversary Gravedigger. Now this thing. Chrome chassis with green roll cage with farm green wheels, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs, the 40th Anniversary Gravedigger. Now this thing. Chrome chassis with black roll cage with teal wheels, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Pikachu Customs Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now this thing. Red chassis with white roll cage and wheels, Pikachu printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Monster Mutt Golden Retriever. Now this thing golden chassis and wheels with brown roll cage with Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Bad News Travels Fast. Now this thing orange chassis with black roll cage with silver wheels, orange bead locks with Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Aftershock. Now this thing yellow chassis wheels with blue roll cage Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Iron Outlaw. Now this thing red chassis wheels with silver wool cage Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Kraken. Now this thing silver, bronze chassis with dirt brown roll cage with pink wheels, Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Avenger. Now this thing silver chassis with lime green roll cage and wheels, Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs El Toro Loco. Now this thing black chassis with silver roll cage, orange wheels, Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Velociraptor. Now this thing silver chassis with mahogany roll cage, black wheels, Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Jurassic Attack. Now this thing silver chassis with purple roll cage and wheels, Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Northern Nightmare. Now this thing silver chassis with red roll cage and wheels, Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigotry Customs Blue Thunder. Now this thing silver chassis with blue roll cage and wheels, Bigotry printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, Time Flies. Now this thing. Silver chassis and roll cage with black wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, Lucas Stabilizer. Now this thing. Black chassis and roll cage with silver wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, the BKT pickup truck. Now this thing. Silver chassis with green roll cage with dark green wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, Wolf's Head. Now this thing. Silver chassis with brown roll cage, black wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, Max D. Now this thing. Silver chassis with golden roll cage, black wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, Soldier Fortune. Now this thing. Silver chassis with army green wheels, roll cage and wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, Zombie. Now this thing. Maroon chassis with white roll cage and wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, Megalodon. Now this thing. Silver chassis and roll cage with black wheels, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, the Collection of Champions Gravedigger. Now this thing. Silver chassis and wheels with green roll cage with black muffler, Bigoty printed tires. Moving on to Bigoty Customs, the Collection of Champions Son of a Digger. Now this thing. Silver chassis and wheels with blue roll cage with black muffler, Bigoty printed tires. And now moving on to the original Gravedigger. Now this thing. Silver chassis with black roll cage and tires with yellow wheels. Moving on to Gravedigger the Legend. Now this thing. Black chassis wheels and black chassis roll cage and tires with silver wheels. Moving on to the retro Gravedigger. Now this thing. black chassis and tires with green roll cage and wheels. Moving on to Gravedigger number 7. Now this thing. Silver chassis and wheels with green roll cage flotation tires. Moving on to Gravedigger, the Green Ghost Gravedigger. Now this thing. Also a silver chassis and wheels with green roll cage with flotation tires. Moving on to the green nitro neon Gravedigger. Now this thing. Everything is all green except the wheels are white. Moving on to the blue nitro neon son of a digger. Now this thing. Everything is all blue except the wheels are white. Moving on to the yellow nitro neon Earthshaker. Now this thing. Yellow chassis and tires with black roll cage with white wheels. Moving on to the pink nitro neon Calavera. Everything is all pink. Moving on to the teal nitro neon Blue Thunder. Now this thing. Teal chassis and wheels with brown roll cage and tires. Moving on to Custom Origins Gravedigger. Now this thing. Orange chassis and wheels with maroon roll cage with yellow tires. Moving on to the 2024 Neon Green Max G. Now this thing. Green chassis and wheels with black roll cage with yellow tires. Moving on to the 2024 Neon Orange Max T. Now this thing. Orange chassis and wheels with black roll cage with yellow tires. Moving on to the orange Nitro Neon Max D. Now this thing. Everything is orange except the roll cage is black. Moving on to the 2020. Moving on to the yellow Nitro Neon Max T. Now this thing. Yellow chassis, silver chassis with yellow roll cage and tires with black wheels. Moving on to the green Nitro Neon Max T. Now this thing, silver chassis with green roll cage and tires with black wheels. Moving on to the purple Nitro Neon Max T. Everything is all purple except the roll cage is black. Moving on to Custom Elementals Trucks Gravedigger. Now this thing, purple chassis with black roll cage with orange and green and yellow wheels on the left and orange and red wheels on the right with blue tires. And moving on, last but not least, to custom phased out Son of a Digger. Now this thing, white chassis with black roll cage with 2 red wheels, 1 black wheel, and 1 white wheel, 2 white tires and 2 black tires. That'll be it. Make sure you like, subscribe, or also turn on your notifications to my YouTube page, Parker Wilson's Blinking and Amigos. Have fun.